You are listening to the Young Black Travelers podcast. Black voices chatting on experiential travel, dedicated to creating a global community of travelers. Be bold, be inspired, be spontaneous. We are YBT. Well, hello everyone, and welcome again to another episode of the Young Black Travelers podcast. My name is Asher Cunningham, and I'm the founder of Young Black Travelers and your host for today's podcast. Well, on every episode, we always lead with some interesting conversations, and I think today's conversation with a group of people who are going to introduce themselves would be one I think that would be very, I would say, motivated, hopefully informational, inspiring, and probably help you to make a decision if you want to do this experience like we did this year. But before we go into the conversation about Trinidad Carnival, we have about 5 people on the podcast, and I'm gonna have them introduce themselves. I guess we'll go with the lady with J, and then the gentleman with J. So, Miss J, introduce yourself and where are you based?
Hey everybody, my name is Janelle Rock, and I am from none other than Brooklyn, New York, the real center of the universe. No.
It is. It is. It is. So we have Jonelle and the gentleman with J.
It's your boy Joe. I am part of the YBT. I am one of the lead coordinator of the merch, and also I'm part of the events team.
And where are you based, Joel?
I am based, yes, baby, all day.
BX, the Boogie Down Bronx. All right, and then we're gonna move it over to the gentleman with L.
I guess that's me. Hi guys, my name is Leo. Originally from Brooklyn, Jamaican heritage, and currently residing in California.
I had to do that. Whenever we say Jamaican, what they do is the bloop bloop, that's the gun signal. Very Jamaican, right? They don't do that for any other island. There's nothing for Trinidad. There's nothing for St. Vincent, but the Jamaicans have the God signal, bloop, bloop. The lead. Now we're going to move over to the lady with C.
That's me. Hello, everybody. My name is Christina. I am the newest member of YBT, so happy to be here. Ooh. Also continuing on the Jamaican heritage here from Jamaica. Currently live in Hawaii, though, so another island, but still bloop bloop. Still representing.
Come on, let's put up the gun thing, the bloop bloop.
Oh my gosh.
Christina in Hawaii. Aloha,
happy to be here.
Aloha, aloha.
Aloha.
And then last but not least.
Hi, everybody. My name is Modesha. I'm also the executive assistant here for Young Black Travelers, as well as I was originally in marketing, but had transitioned to partnerships now, representing IT. Hello, everybody. As well,
Nabule.
I've also reside formerly in Mount Vernon, New York, but now I reside in Connecticut. So.
Wow. No, listen, this is good. And the reason why I actually had everyone introduce themselves in the way of literally talking about where you're based, I'm sure you will hear by now, literally, we are coast to coast, as Christina said earlier on. We have those of us who are on the east coast of the United States, and those of us who are all the way west, furthest Hawaii, literally spanning, well, not all the time zones of the U.S. because we haven't gotten Guam and those other, but most of them, right?
Yes,
We've gotten most
basically.
of it. Wow. So this is actually really, really dope. What time is it where you are, Christina?
It is just about to be 2:30 in the afternoon.
2:30. Leo, how about you?
5:30.
5:30. And Modesha, how about you?
Okay. Hold on. Not too sure actually. It's 8 something. I'm just not sure what time it was.
8:29, 8:29,
Yeah.
the East Coast
8:29,
folks. So
8:29, something like
listen,
that.
we're spanning time zones here, which is a beautiful thing, a beautiful thing. But listen, so we're here to talk about Carnival and Trinidad and our Trinidad experience. So, this year, whenever you're listening to this conversation in 2026, YBT Tribe decided to go to Trinidad for the first time, but we do have some veterans here who's also part of YBT Tribe. But we went to Carnival, and I guess the first question to warm us up, and then we're going to go to break, is each individual here, why and what motivated you to go to Carnival? So we're going to start with Joel. What motivated you to go to Carnival?
Well, I've never gone out that far from the Caribbean, so and being the fact that I have close dear friends of mine from Trinidad, they always has spoken highly of their culture. So, and not only that, me participating in the Eastern Parkway, whatever we want to call it, if it's a carnival, or event, whatever you want to call it.
Now your idea has changed, right? Because you see the real thing, you're like, what is that?
Right. This is totally different. Amazing people, amazing culture, amazing food. And please do not hype up the what's that, Kentucky Fried Chicken? No,
Yo,
Yeah.
take that out.
Wait,
But
No,
yeah,
no.
but
Shots
it's
fired.
and
yeah,
what's that
shots fired for
experience?
real.
Shots fired. Well, I mean,
God.
Listen, I don't know why they're hyping it up. No.
so I think Joel is mentioning the fact that we do believe that, Royal Castle, based on tasting
Number
both,
one.
Royal Castle is based on our taste buds, is a better option than KFC. And even when we're asking a lot of Trinidadians, they would say Royal Castle. And it was so interesting to hear that, because I think when we do the comparison amongst the island, everybody's like, Trinidad KFC is the best, Jamaican KFC is the best, my island KFC is the best. But when you go to Trinidad, you're like, wow, the Trinidadians are talking about Royal Castle, and Royal Castle was really, really good. So I guess we'll
Yes.
plug that in there. When you go to Trinidad, definitely try Royal Castle. I mean,
Yes, indeed.
I was shocked. It was delicious, tasty.
It's in Guyana as well.
Got Royal Castle.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
Boy.
the thing is, not to do a segue here, but if you're gonna compare KFCs, you have to compare it island to island.
mhm.
Really, not
That's true.
KFC to
Okay.
Royal Castle. So or maybe KFC to the New York KFC. Which one's better? The KFC in
Well,
Trinidad.
Leo, we
or-
know that is not a
No.
comparison. So
Okay,
No,
then.
not a comparison.
that one is no. We could compare the island.
Then I would say Trinidad is just a step up higher than New York.
But okay, so
Yeah, a lot more than a step up.
It's
True.
a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Wow.
all the way up. Jonelle, why did you decide to go to Carnival?
Well, my mom is from Trinidad and my father's Jamaican. But I would say growing up, I definitely had a heavier influence of Trinidad culture because I grew up with my mom and my grandma, who's Bayesian. So yes, I am a true Callaloo. And I have experienced, like Joel, Eastern Parkway. I've gone to Toronto for Caravana, but I have never experienced Trinidad Carnival. And I was just like, like I have to, once in my life, have the full experience. And so that's really what motivated me. Like I knew that I wanted to do it, and I wanted to do it right.
Wow, yeah, that's definitely, and we did it right. We did it right.
We did it right. We did it right.
We did
We
it
did it
right.
right. We sure did.
Christina, since you're, I'm going to Christina, then I'm going to Leo. But since you're in Hawaii, I mean, we really want to hear, like, why? What inspired you?
Oh, well, as mentioned, born in Jamaica and lived there for some time before we immigrated. And so I remember, Jamaica also has their own carnival as well. And my mom and my aunt participated when I was growing up. And I remember seeing their costumes underneath their bed. And at one point, they would say, "Do you want to do a kiddies carnival?" And I was young and didn't understand. And I was like, "No." And now as a grown up, like I'm realizing the cultural significance of participating in Carnival in general. And so having like moved so far away and being, even further away from my culture, I wanted to do it big and I wanted to do it right. And it felt like Trinidad would be, of all the carnivals, that one is the one that you cannot miss. So made it happen.
That is definitely true. And you actually dropped a point right there. Sometimes the absence make the heart grow fonder for something. And, so clearly you've been all the way over there in Hawaii, probably not being surrounded as much as clearly a New Yorker with Caribbean culture, because it's everywhere here. You're like, okay, I'm yearning for this thing. Let's do this thing. So that's beautiful. Definitely. Leo. I mean, you're the veteran here, so. But okay, hold on. Before I come to you, let me give Marta the mic first. Let me give Marta the mic, because you got to lead us in a little bit. How many? But Marta before Leo.
Yes, let's go with the unexperienced. Experience first. Okay, so only thing I had on my belt was doing, as we say, the New York Carnival, West Indian Parade Carnival. So. But seeing Trinidad every year, whether it's influences or people putting out, seeing them play mass, seeing the costumes, seeing all the behind the scenes, and as technology got better over the years, seeing like really it was always been my mind. This has been like one of my bucket lists to attend. So I was like, I have to go one year I have to go. And lucky enough that those that were there had like a spur of the moment of hearing a carnival style song and just getting that urge and really wanting to go. I remember that moment vividly, and so happy that, the song was played and we just got the vibe and we were true to it and we went. And honestly, even dispelling notions, because, playing mass, I try to get the most modest costume, but, everybody has their variation of what they want.
So we'll get into those conversations.
We'll get into those later. At the same time, we did doing it how we have done it was the best option for newbies such as myself, and maybe I can speak for you guys, like going that way for first timer as than as opposed to jumping headfirst in as our veteran Leo. It was a good time, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was like the blessing. It was amazing.
No, that is definitely good. And to the point you made, by the way, we were, I think, skiing last year.
Yes.
Up there in upstate New York.
Yes.
I remember the moment.
Right?
I remember.
I couldn't remember that a song came on, but nonetheless, we made a decision because we all wanted to go. It's been on my list for years. And then we made a decision we were going to go this year. And we, as you said, we were true to it. So listen, people talk all the time about making it out of the chat. We certainly did. So give yourselves a round of applause, because you guys made it out of the chat. That is really good. But Leo, now we're going to pass the mic over to you. You are the veteran. So first of all, how long have you been going to Trinidad Carnival, and maybe what inspired you initially to go?
I've been going to Trinidad Carnival since 2014.
Oh, wow.
And
Wow.
What inspired me to go, it started from a young age. The love of music, right? The love of soca music. So growing up in Brooklyn, every Eastern Parkway, I didn't know what Juve was, but my father would take me out 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning to see all the big trucks on the road.
Come on, Gilly.
When Eastern Parkway was still really Eastern Park, like literally every block, Church Avenue, Flatbush, there was just trucks, music trucks, steel pan drums everywhere, like mass camps everywhere. And even though I didn't really participate in any mass camp, just being around that vibe and listening to the music got me into Carnival. And I guess it was 2013, 2014, one of my Trini friends that I went to college with, he was like, you guys need to come to Carnival. But what are you doing? So literally February 2014, like 3 days before Carnival, Me and my boy Maurice, which you know Maurice,
Yeah.
he's always with me. We just hopped on a plane, no plans, no costumes,
Wow.
barely any clothes,
Wow.
right?
Wow.
And just started going to the venues and looking for scalpers, for tickets to these fetes, and sleeping on someone's veranda.
Wow.
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 We ended up staying past carnival because carnival is a way of you knowing your limits, especially when it comes to alcohol, right? And what your body could do. So Maurice ended up sleeping for like 24 hours past carnival on the veranda. We missed our flight, right?
Jesus.
I mean, it was insane. It was ridiculous. From that year, we were like, we can't miss carnival. Even when the only time we missed carnival was COVID, and even during COVID, Marshall had something in Mexico. They called it Mele. It was supposed to be the cruise.
Oh.
Yes.
We didn't do the cruise, so this new promoter started doing Epic, but Marshall had Mele in Mexico.
Wow.
So we went to Cancun for Carnival that year, but that was that's my mini story of how Carnival started.
Listen.
Wow.
Listen, it's so you clearly see that we have different experiences here, but we do have the veterans here. So if you ever need some advice, information, you definitely have people who can give you the information you need. But before we go to break, most of you on the chat have some memorabilia from Carnival. Leo has a hat. Leo, what hat is that?
Tribe.
So Leo is a represented tribe.
This was from last year or the year before, I don't remember.
Okay, it's a nice hat. Y'all hold up what you have. Because let the people see. I see. Christina, who's that? That's
This
Bliss?
is Bliss, so it's a band under Tribe, under the umbrella of Tribe, so Bliss. And
Bliss.
then this is a cup from Soca Brainwash. Hopefully you can read it.
Got you.
And the theme was the
Jonelle,
rose.
got you.
Yes,
Jonelle.
I have my cup from Picnic, which is one of the top fetes that happens the Saturday before Carnival. And then this is the band that I play with. Mardo and I both played with Yuma. And gold. Metallic gold is my favorite color. Like, they knew.
Those cups are nice. Those cups are nice.
Instantly
They look rich.
one of my yes, man, it look rich.
Rich. My God. All right. Okay. So, Joel, what do you have?
Okay, Humble. This is from Sunnyside of Fets. They gave us a mug for everybody. Nice.
Side
I
up.
like it.
Okay. And then what else? You had something
Also,
else?
this mug from the cruise, Juve.
Juve. Coco Devils.
Yeah. And they gave us a pat bag and stuff like that, and also a water bottle in case you go dehydrated. Of course, this water bottle
Alright.
not become water.
Listen, you got the works over there. I see.
Listen.
The bandana, everything.
Shout out to Kareem, okay? All right, they made sure that they were advertising themselves. But listen, for those who didn't have no flag, this was like a homage to the flag, to whoever flag what it was.
Caribbean. Well, they were a sponsor.
They were.
It seemed like they sponsored the cruise. They sponsored a lot of those events, and as they should. I was actually proud to see one of the Caribbean beer brands, which the Caribbean is a big Trini beer. I was proud to see them really out there. So shout out to them. Shout out to Caribbean.
Shout out to
Listen,
them.
we're gonna go to break, and then when we come back, we're gonna pick up this conversation and get in the meat and potatoes about our experience in Trinidad and Tobago for Carnival 2026. So stay tuned.
Hey, quick pause, because this is something you do not want to miss. Young Black Travelers is bringing the vibe offline with our Waves and Wanderlust brunch, a curated experience where travel, culture, and community all come together in one room. We're talking Brooklyn energy, Caribbean blue and green aesthetics, good food, good music, and even better conversations with people who actually get your love for travel and global experiences. So, pull up on April 26th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Rogers Garden, 708 Rogers Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. And listen, this is not just brunch. This is networking without the awkwardness. This is community without the pressure. This is you stepping into a room that feels like alignment. We're setting the tone with a full blue and green dress code. Soft life, island inspired. Come outside and look like the experience you're stepping into. Your ticket is only $50 per person. And yes, that includes your food. And also, there's a cash bar available if you're trying to sip a little while you vibe. But let me be real with you for a second. Events like this aren't about just showing up. They're about who's in the room. This is where you meet people who travel like you, think like you, and are building lives that go beyond the everyday. So whether you're coming with friends or stepping out solo, this is the kind of space where you won't feel out of place. Now, here's your move. Grab your ticket now before it sells out. Hit the link in the description and secure your spot. Get your outfit together. Blues, greens, island vibes, and come ready to connect, socialize, and be part of something bigger. Waves and Wanderlust. April 26th, Brooklyn. We'll see you there.
All right, so welcome back to the Young Black Travels podcast. Again, my name is Asher Cunningham. Listen, you've stuck with us. We're about to get into the real meat of the carnival experience, you know. Listen, I think you guys, if it's not on your bucket list, I think, and I'm sure after this conversation, you probably put it on your bucket list. So add Trinidad Carnival to the top of your bucket list. But the reason why we're doing this conversation is one of the things you should definitely know is you should be starting to plan this experience early. You can't, you know, think about going to Trinidad Carnival in January, and maybe you can if you probably have family there and you somehow could pay the high plane ticket prices, but you should be planning this early. So now is a good time to start planning. But we did a cruise. Well, most of us, Leo was the only one, the veteran who's been going there for years. So Leo, we're going to come to you. But before we go to Leo, why did we decide to do Epic? Who wants to take that go? Tell that story.
I can take that.
So let Janelle go and then Christina go.
Well, I remember the early planning meetings. One of the biggest things that we were getting tripped up on was where we're going to stay, right? Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's like one of the challenges with Trinidad. Trinidad is one of those wonderful Caribbean islands that they like tourism is not really the primary way that Trinidad makes money.
Yeah.
So they make the time they make money off of tourism is during Carnival, and there's always the challenge of finding a place to stay. Like, look at Leo. Like, you know, he was staying on somebody's veranda the first time. So it was a challenge. And I think, you know, when we were like, well, wait a minute, there's this cruise that goes, and just think about it. Like, think about, you know, going to a fete, coming back tired. You know, you don't have to worry, one, about where you know, that first of all, the cruise, it stops at the port, which is right in the middle of Port of Spain. So it's very central. And then you don't have to worry about where you're going to get food. You know, like there's food on the ship all the time. Mm-hmm. So it's a perfect marriage, I think, of having like really good accommodations. And they really did try with the food too, because they actually provided some, you know, Trini dishes, corn soup, doubles, roti, curry goat, oxtail. It was like, I think they really did try to make this as authentic and culturally relevant as possible. So
yeah.
Carnival Cruise
Big up.
what they did for sure.
No, that's good. Thank you for that, Christina. So it's interesting. Like literally, what happened in this experience is like it was just a melting pot of. We all met. Well, many of us met on the cruise, and so we met Christina there, and Christina is now part of the family. And so, Christina, like, why did you initially choose Epic?
Yeah, so I think my initial choosing is sort of unique in the sense of, as I mentioned, I live in Hawaii, and there is a little bit of a Caribbean community out here. And so I'm going to shout out Johnny Mack. He is the person who is chartering Epic Carnival Cruise Experience. And so I've actually met him many years ago. And so, I knew about the cruise, but I didn't actually take bite the bullet and go for it. But I'd been hearing about it for a while. And because I know him and I know that he's, a very good person, I had trust that the experience would be a good one. And for all the reasons that Jonelle just mentioned, trying to get your flight, trying to get your accommodation, trying to organize all of this. And, there's been stories that people have such a difficult time with trying to maneuver all of that logistical things. And so the cruise just seemed like a really good first time experience. But then also because of just knowing the people behind it, it felt like a good choice.
That's good. That's good. And Leo, we're going to get to you now. I mean, so you didn't do the Epic cruise, but you've been doing this for years. How do you go about actually planning and even securing your accommodations? Thinking for someone who probably is thinking about doing this experience.
Well, there's only one reason why I've never done the Epic cruise, and it's very appealing. And that's because I do all the fetes prior to Carnival.
Got you. Well, good reason.
I mean, think about it. Like, everything is provided for you on that boat.
Everything.
And you don't even need to hire an Uber. You're in the middle of Port of Spain. You could walk.
There. Yeah.
Right? You could walk to your fetes if that's what you want to do. But, that's a primary reason why I've never done it, because I do 14 days every year.
Wow. Okay.
So, but how do I go about planning? So we're not planning right now, but if you've never been to Trinidad, you should probably start planning from now, from yesterday, especially for like next year. Next year is a shorter carnival season.
Yeah.
Right now, we're 10 months away because I have a countdown.
A countdown?
No, Leo. Wow. Okay.
Right now,
you are a carnivalist.
Serious.
Okay.
10
Serious.
months and 20 hours away from Saturday, February 6th, 2027.
Wow.
So,
Down to the hour.
yeah, so one of my friends, she already booked her JetBlue flight. That's the first thing that you need to do. It used to be 9 months ahead. Now it's like 12 months ahead. You could book flight accommodations. If you're worried about the cost, trust me, it's not getting any cheaper than what it is today. And if you could put it on a credit card and book the one where there's no cancellation fee, you get your full refund if you so happen to can't make it for next year. So that way you get your money back. Right?
That's good advice.
So,
Definitely.
so do that. Then you need to find someone that could find your costume for you. So you have all these people out there. I forgot what they call themselves, but they go out there. They find the parties for you. They find the costumes for you. Anything you need. And then the third thing is accommodation, hotels. If you ball in, then you could afford the $800 to $1,000 a night at a hotel, right? Or you could do an Airbnb with a bunch of other people to make it cheaper. But you need to start planning from now.
Start planning from now, and the issue and the reason why you should start planning from now, to Jonelle's point, is that you are not going to get Airbnbs sell out. because I think that was the issue we were running
Quick.
into. The Airbnb,
Yep. And
we couldn't find any.
we were having the conversation in April. So this was April of
Yes.
2025, and we could not find an Airbnb that could accommodate us. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So definitely listen to this advice.
Sorry, Asher. Carnival concierge. You need to
concierge,
find
Concierge,
yes.
okay.
concierge. Yeah.
That
Okay.
makes sense.
Concierge.
Okay. Okay, so I guess my next question for all of before we go there, because Leo did mention cost, like, it is true that if you are probably going to be doing the hotels were running around $500 plus per night. The Hyatt was literally right next to us. And so these hotel prices are $500 plus per night. What was the ballpark amount for the cruise?
3,600.
36.
3,600. So
36.
Wow. Yes.
But that's because we did it late.
yeah,
little
so there are
slightly
cheaper
late.
options. So I think it
There
started
is.
at 2,500.
Yes,
I mean,
24.
we were, I
24.
wouldn't say we were late, because we booked
We was in the car.
We're not late. It's just that
Yeah.
we didn't book
That's
it
not
like
late.
this month.
Yeah, and I
That's
mean,
the thing.
we also booked ocean view rooms, right?
True.
Like,
Yeah.
I think if you want an interior cabin, it's even less money.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did interior. I didn't need the view.
Okay.
Well, I would say the
Was it
reason
the same price for you, Christina? It
A
was
little
also
less,
36?
a little, and I
A little
also
less.
did mine in March, so I did it like practically a year in advance.
yes.
So
Wow.
it just depends on how. I mean, I knew I wanted to do it for a while, so I was ready to go in March. But it just depends on your planning.
Yeah, and you see, so I think so Christina probably was in the early round. By the time we got to April, remember there was no interior cabins available. So
At all.
hence why we are saying to you, if you're going to be doing this thing, start planning now and jumping on it. Don't put it off to December, certainly January. I mean, you're probably not going to be getting things cheap. You're going to be paying a premium unless you have family there or a way to get there. So yeah, so definitely start planning in advance. But I guess the next question for you is, what was your expectations going into this, Mardashir?
I have no expectations. I didn't know what to expect, so I came with a very open-minded to understand the culture, finally the atmosphere. Like I knew, okay, main thing is we're going to go to Carnival. I didn't know what to expect on the ship, so I was really curious to see, like, because we have to they have to go by ship there, how are they going to curate an experience similar to get hype to Carnival? Like, how are we going to get there? So for night one, having the all-white party that we had got to experience with the DJs and the various artists that was available on hand really amped up the vibe. And as we were really getting down, miming, enjoying the fete that was there, then it set up the precedence of what we are going to expect before we even landed. So I remember us turning around, we're like, whoa, this is only night one. And we still got like a lot to go. And we're just like, okay, we learned the word pace. On night one, we learned the word.
We certainly did, because remember on night one was when I'm standing in front of the speaker and then my ears, I lost hearing in my left ears, and I was kind of nervous for the entire trip. I'm like, am I going deaf now?
Yes,
Bring earplugs.
yes,
Bring
we learned that
earplugs.
too.
Listen,
I
again,
guess I'm
great
immune to it
experience.
because being a party planner and all that stuff. So the noise and all that stuff. I just sleep through it, but it was loud.
It was. I mean, I was just saying that was my experience. I mean, I learned from there, right? I wasn't standing in front of speakers after that night, but again, pace yourself, know you. But to Mardashir's point, I mean, they started off amazing. I mean, while the ship was sailing, there were experiences every night, which was phenomenal. And while we got to Trinidad, there was still stuff going on, but it slowed down a little, which kind of made sense, right? Because, most people are literally out and about doing parties, fetes, playing masks, picking up costumes, makeup, whatever they got. So things slowed down. And then when we got back on board to sail back, it picked up again. So amazing experience. But I want to hear from one more, maybe Joel, and then I'm gonna ask Leo what was his expectation going into Carnival 2026. So Joel, what was your expectation going into Carnival 2026?
My expectation was to get to know a different culture than mine. I come from an origin of Hispanic origin, which is the island of Puerto Rico. I am a descendant of, born and raised in New York. So I wanted to have that experience. And once I got there, it was a culture clash for me because I didn't know how diverse was Trinidad. Because already in my thought of frame was there was only one sect of a person, right? Like I thought it was gonna be predominantly African descendant, right? But I did not know there was two culture in one, and so I found that very interesting. And so and how they were able to merge their cultural differences from the African roots and the Indian roots in one. So that's something that I was, my expectation was towards that, and how the culture was being brought to my likeness.
Wow. Yeah, so Joel segued. Really, I'm going to put a pin on you because Joel segued literally right into the next question, which I think is an important conversation to have, right? So he talked about culture, and so clearly you're in another country and you may learn different things if you've probably never really been exposed to the culture before, if you've never really been exposed to the people. So I guess what did this experience teach you beyond the parties, beyond the fetes? What cultural experiences did you recognize beyond those experiences? How about you, Christina?
Oh, put me on the spot with that big question there. I mean, that's a very big sort of question that I would probably have like a way more elaborate answer if I thought about it more long term. But I think for me, culturally, this was very important for me for reasons that I mentioned before. I'm living in Hawaii now, so very much less close or, surrounded by West Indian culture. And of course, Jamaican have that roots, but wanting to understand more about other countries within the West Indies. And I think part of why the ship was so amazing is because it was just a unifying Soka, what do we call it? A Soka cyclone vortex, which is like the vortex of just bringing everybody from all different cultures all over together and realizing that even though we might have different historical roots, right, we all are still part of the same community. And so that I think was beautiful, just to remember and have pride and feel just this joy with connecting with everybody. And then just, of course, learning more about Trinidad itself. I wish I got to do more of the cultural things. I know you guys got to go to Panorama and experience that. And so I think that was the same night as Soka Brainwash. So I didn't get that exposure. But just being open to just experiencing what it had to offer is beautiful. So.
Got you. No, thank you for that. Marta Share.
Yes, it was for me having a culture exchange with one of the local vendors. So I would see her and I was looking at just see what she was selling. And then I was talking to her and we did a culture exchange as I was telling her more about the Haitian background and some of the historical context that she did not really know. And she was telling me some of the context of Trinidad that I didn't know. So we had a multicultural exchange there. And I told her we just had an exchange. She's like, this is amazing. So since then, we were excited to see each other. I would say hi if I'm passing through or something. Or she wanted to see my carnival mask outfit. I made sure to find her so I could show her how I was wearing it. And she was very happy for that. So it's just having I just learning about the Trinidad culture and seeing how those who are willing to open and willing to share their history and say, hey, the reason why I connected with her because she told me thank you for what you have done for what the Haitian culture has done for the history. So I had to pause and say, wow, no one ever really said thank you. It's very rare, but those who know the history do. And I was very taken aback. I said, thank you for actually acknowledging. And then that's when we started having a really nice cultural experience. But not only just to her, it's to also talking to all the other vendors I was on the port side that I bought things from, and I started to know them from just a little bit, even at time. And also to even also our makeup artists, because they were amazing ladies as well. The ones that helped us do the makeup for the photo shoots, like her knowledge and providing me tips and tricks with Jonelle for posing ideas and how to do, how to pose, how to show off your looks and things like that. They didn't have to do it. They just could literally just say, here's the service. Okay. Thank you for doing that. Have a great day. But most people are curious to know, once they found out that we are from the ship, they're always like, oh, how was it? Was it nice? How's your experience? Where are you traveling from? And then all of a sudden you started exchanging knowledge and information. And the fact they're more readily wanting to learn more about you as a person as opposed to, being maybe a little standoffish or anything, that was just telling as well. And it was very, very nice to see that.
All right, we're gonna pause right here. This was just part 1 of our Carnival wrap-up. If you've been enjoying this episode so far, please make sure you're tapped in with us across all platforms so you don't miss part 2. You can find us on Facebook at Young Black Travelers, TikTok at Young Black Travelers, Instagram and Threads at Young Black Travelers blog, YouTube at Young Black Travelers, and for everything YBT, visit youngblacktravelers.com. If you're interested in YBT merch or you just want to connect with us, feel free to reach out. We'd love to hear from you. And as always, when you're out exploring the world, stay aware, keep good sanitary practices, and take care of yourself wherever you go. Until next time, happy travels, and we'll catch you in part 2.